What's good? Yep, we're getting toxic today. It's your boy Rustin serving up some news of the day from Simply Bitcoin, your home for the peaceful revolution. You know how the saying goes, if you're against Bitcoin, you're against freedom. So what's the deal with old Liz?
How are you feeling?
I am angry.
Angry and upset?
Angry and upset and determined.
Okay, we get it. You're angry. America's favorite Karen Senator Elizabeth Warren continues to attack Bitcoin and specifically Fidelity over their Bitcoin 401ks. Let's dive into it, and by the end, we'll let the collectivists know they can
go jump in a lake.
Let's get it started here. Bitcoin and your 401ks. Senators intensify pressure on Fidelity to reconsider crypto and retirement plans. Democratic Senators Dick Durbin, Elizabeth Warren, and Tina Smith on Monday intensified the pressure on Fidelity Investments to reconsider its decision to allow employers to offer Bitcoin exposure to 401k plan participants. In the wake of the crypto exchange FTX filing for bankruptcy earlier this month, the senators first wrote a letter to Fidelity in July. Quote, "Since our previous letter, the digital asset industry has only grown more volatile, tumultuous, and chaotic. All features of an asset class no plan sponsor or person saving for retirement should want to go anywhere near," the senators wrote in the letter released Monday. Recent events in the digital asset industry have further underscored the importance of standards and safeguards, Fidelity said in an emailed statement on Tuesday. As a firm that has been serving customers in financial markets for over 75 years, Fidelity has always prioritized operational excellence and customer protection across all of its businesses. It's so amazing that Liz wants to tell this company that's been doing this for 75 years how to run their business. In April, the Boston-based investment firm said it was offering a Bitcoin option for the 401k plans it administers, though employers will get the final say on whether or not they roll that feature out in their plan. To their plan participants. The product will be available to employers in Fidelity's 401k lineup by mid-year, the company said at the time. It is a choice. And also, Fidelity does have some safeguards in place. They have to. They've been doing this for 75 years. They know what's going on. Fidelity had said it would establish a limit on how much of a 401k plan can be invested in Bitcoin, no more than 20%. Fidelity would give the 23,000 companies that use its platform to administer their retirement plans the ability to adjust that limit, perhaps choosing 5% or 10%, but no more than 20%. In March, the Department of Labor, which regulates company-sponsored retirement plans, told 401k plan sponsors to exercise caution when including cryptocurrencies in their 401k plans. Ali Kowar, acting Assistant Secretary of the Labor Department's Employee Benefit Security Administration, had said that at this early stage in the history of cryptocurrencies, the department has serious concerns about plans' decisions to expose participants to direct investments in crypto or related products. We can go all the way back to May with old Liz. U.S. Senator Elizabeth Warren, a member of the Senate Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs Committee, and Senator Tina Smith sent a letter to Abigail Johnson, CEO of Fidelity, telling her how to run her business. 75 years of success. Apparently, they have no idea what the fuck is going on. This is madness. Regarding Fidelity's decision to allow Bitcoin investments for 401k plans, in the letter, the senators asked the company to explain why they have failed to heed the Department of Labor's warning about 401k crypto investments and raised concerns about potential conflicts of interest presented by Fidelity being both a Bitcoin miner and purveyor of Bitcoin. So what do you do if you're a purveyor of corn, wheat, other commodities? This is just madness. We write to inquire about the appropriateness of your company's decision to add Bitcoin to its 401k investment plan menu and the actions you will take to address the significant risks of fraud, theft, and loss posed by these assets, wrote the lawmakers. DOL became aware of firms marketing investments in cryptocurrencies to 401k plans as potential investment options for plan participants. This spurred DOL to publish a compliance assistance release in March reminding fiduciaries of their responsibilities under the Employee Retirement Income Security Act and highlighting the risks that cryptocurrency may pose to retirement accounts. The department expressed serious concerns regarding the prudence of a fiduciary's decision to expose 401k plans participants to direct investments in crypto and cited the significant risks of fraud, theft, and loss. Fidelity has been a proponent of cryptocurrency cryptocurrency for years and announced that it had begun mining cryptocurrency in 2015, an operation that, according to Johnson, miraculously now is actually making a lot of money. These people have no fucking idea what they're talking about. It's been making money for a long time, over a decade. Because of this, the company's decision regarding 401k Bitcoin investments presents additional conflict of interest concerns. We are also concerned about Fidelity's potential conflicts of interest and the extent to which they may have affected the decision to offer Bitcoin, the lawmakers continued. In addition to mining Bitcoin, Fidelity has expanded its crypto activities, adding a link on the retail customers' accounts to Coinbase, the crypto exchange, to track their holdings, and opening its own crypto fund for wealthy customers. Now, Fidelity has become the first to offer employers exposure to Bitcoin for the core lineup of 401ks. And of course, pay-for-play propaganda, the people with no morals. These people will tell lies for cuck bucks. Yeah, send them your email and they will spread false information just for you. Here we go, Greenpeace. Tell Fidelity Investments Bitcoin is making the climate crisis worse and needs to change. They obviously have no idea, again, what the hell they're talking about and all the implications of Bitcoin and energy. This is how off the fucking walls they are. Bitcoin's skyrocketing use of electricity is driving up electricity prices and polluting the environment for local communities across the United States. In Texas, Bitcoin mining is on track to consume nearly a third of the fragile Texas electrical grid's current maximum capacity in the coming years. Oh, how about those rolling blackouts they had? How did that go? Oh no, it didn't happen because Bitcoin mining strengthened the integrity of the grid. In Montana and New York, Bitcoin mining has brought fading fossil fuel power plants back to life, making the climate crisis worse. How would you like to starve or freeze to death in the winter? It does not need to be this way. Many cryptocurrencies use a highly energy-efficient protocol. With a shift in its code, Bitcoin can too, but we need the companies and people who work with Bitcoin to join us in pushing for this change. Fidelity Investments has promoted business in Bitcoin for years and is planning to widely offer Bitcoin as an option in its 401k funds this year. To date, Fidelity has ignored Bitcoin's growing climate footprint. It's time for us to tell Fidelity our planet can't afford an early retirement. Take action now. Tell Fidelity's CEO, Abigail Johnson, to join our call for Bitcoin to change its code to use less energy. Well, we can, Greenpeace, you douchebags, you can go fork it and make your own chain and no one will use it and will tell you to have fun staying poor, you idiots. And here we are in a piece from Fortune. Leave Bitcoin out of this, Senator Warren. It's important to note, Fidelity is not deciding on its own to put retirement funds into Bitcoin or even encouraging people to do so. It is simply giving them the option to add Bitcoin exposure along with exposure to stocks, bonds, precious metals, index funds, emerging markets, and a host of other investments. If you're a Fidelity client who is convinced Bitcoin is a terrible investment, you don't have to buy into it. Instead, choose from hundreds of other assets, including some that are even more risky and volatile. So why does Warren think a future FTX, a company run as an offshore casino by a Bernie Madoff-like figure, can be prevented by cutting off access to Bitcoin? It doesn't make much sense, except as part of Warren's larger ideology that banks and finance are inherently bad, while crypto is especially wicked. As an op-ed by Warren in yesterday's Wall Street Journal makes clear, she doesn't want to regulate crypto, she wants to destroy it entirely. This is a foolish position since, as I've said more times than I count, crypto is fundamentally a technology and there are different degrees you can and should regulate a given technology. But there is no such thing as going back to an earlier era without that technology. Warren's progressive allies in the millennial generation, including Representatives AOC and Richie Torres, understand this and are not anti-crypto. But Warren, like politicians of an earlier era who wanted to simply get rid of big swaths of the internet, is not going to change, but could become irrelevant. All right, let's go ahead and let Giga Chad Michael Saylor dispel and destroy Elizabeth Warren and the energy FUD and the hypocrisy in their targeting of Bitcoin when they're trying to create this inclusive world and equity and just application of law. You might just be a LARP, Liz.
Well, first of all, I think there's something cruel and tasteless about an entitled rich white male that wants to deprive billions of poor women and children and men in Africa, Asia, and South America of the basic human right of economic self-preservation so he can generate some laughs. The world generates 160,000 terawatt hours of energy a year. Of that, 50,000 terawatt hours of energy is wasted, like 30%. Of that, 120 terawatt hours is used to run the entire Bitcoin network. To put that in perspective, that's 7.5 basis points of all the energy in the world. If you take all the energy used in the Bitcoin network, it amounts to 25 basis points of all the wasted energy. So 0.25% of the wasted energy in the world offers the hope of a decent life to 8 billion people and solves an economic problem. And the 25 basis points is of the wasted energy, because the Bitcoin network is the bidder of last resort for all energy. So if you eliminated Bitcoin from the world and you robbed the billions of people of a decent chance at a decent life, you're still going to waste 50,000 terawatt hours of energy. If you actually study the Bitcoin network, you'll find that there's about $1 trillion of assets under management. It's secured by about $2 billion worth of energy a year. Call it 20 basis points. 20 basis points of the energy in the network is the cost to secure it. Now, that energy probably costs about 2 cents a kilowatt hour. And in many cases, it is literally discarded energy and there is zero value for it. No one would pay anything for it. So its marginal value to the human race is literally zero. I can only say, giving him the benefit of a doubt, he's a comedian and he's playing this for laughs, and his job is to act like a fool. And if you take economic, political, or technical advice from a fool, what does that make you?
Let's go ahead and apply that to Senator Lauren. If you take economic, political, or technical advice from a fool, what does that make you? Now, why do the collectivists and the Liz Warrens of the world hate Bitcoin so much? They hate it because they can't control it. They hate it because it is the escape route. It is the way to reclaim all that was stolen from you before. It is a way to take back what is yours. It is a way to reproclaim those property rights. Bitcoin is American as fuck, and let's go ahead and check this out and see why. I'm not the biggest Ted Cruz guy, but this moment was very big, eye-opening for me, and eye-opening for Bitcoin in the fact that somebody in Washington has seen Bitcoin for really what it is and the value that it possesses. Let's end it strong with this one. Here we go. Let's check it out.
So we need to decentralize. We need to break it apart. It's one of the reasons why I am so bullish on crypto, on Bitcoin, because it is decentralized and not controllable. And let me give a fantastic example. So Justin Trudeau said, I don't like me some truckers, so we're going to seize your assets. So then the court went to try to seize the crypto that was being given to the truckers. And I don't know how many of y'all saw a letter that I actually want to read from. It's a letter from a company, Bitcoin company called Nunchuck. Here's part of the letter. Dear Ontario Superior Court of Justice, our software is free. We do not collect any user identification information beyond email addresses. We also do not hold any keys. Therefore, we cannot freeze our users' accounts. We cannot prevent them from being moved. We do not have the knowledge of, quote, the existence, nature, value, and location of our users' assets. This is by design. Please look up how self-custody and private keys work. When the Canadian dollar becomes worthless, we will be here to serve you too. That is spectacular. By the way, contrast that to the craven, sniveling response of corporate America. When some whiny snowflake tweets at them, they go, oh my God, I'm sorry. Like, God bless you saying to the government, go jump in a lake. That's how our country was founded. That is powerful. By the way, that is also why China recently banned Bitcoin. Because they can't control it, which is the exact same reason Elizabeth Warren hates Bitcoin. The Chinese communists and Elizabeth Warren, they both want to control you. Your assets, your savings, your speech, your life, your children, every decision they want to control. And so we need to break up the means of controlling the citizenry.
If that doesn't get you fired up, I don't know what does. That is one of the most base statements I've heard in my time in Bitcoin, and definitely the most base statement I've heard come from one of those people that works on Capitol Hill. You just experienced a little news of the day brought to you by Simply Bitcoin, your home for the peaceful revolution. Be sure to check out Simply Bitcoin Live Monday through Friday at 12:15 and join in the conversation with the after show straight from Twitter Spaces. Also, get your morning news in rapid fire fashion. Check out Simply Bitcoin Wake Up Call that'll be pinned to the Simply Bitcoin profile every morning, also available on your favorite podcast. Don't miss the Simply Bitcoin signal in its written form. Subscribe to Simply Bitcoin Unfiltered. Do it for the culture. That's going to do it. Thanks for popping in. Share us. Give us a pump. Until next time, peace.